शक्तिं कपिलं प्रपद्ये स्वच्छन्द शक्तिं कपिलं प्रपद्ये स्वच्छन्द शक्तिं कपिलं प्रपद्ये परं प्रधानं पुरुषं महान्तं कालं कविं त्रिवृतं लोकपालम् आत्मानुभूत्यानुगतप्रपञ्चम् स्वच्छन्दशक्तिं कपिलं प्रपद्ये कालं पुरुषं महान्तं लोकपालम् शक्तिं सुविनं प्रपद्ये परं प्रधानं पुरुषं महान्तम् कालं कविं त्रिवृतं लोकपालम् परम ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रधानम सुप्रीम पुरुषम पर्सन महांतम who is the origin of material world, kalam who is time, kavim fully cognizant, trivritam three modes of material nature, lokapalam who is maintainer of all the universes, atma in himself, anubhutya by internal potency, anugata dissolved, prapancham whose material manifestations, swachanda independently, saktim who is powerful, kapilam to Lord Kapila, prapadye I surrender. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. I surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, descended in the form of Kapila, who is independently powerful and transcendental, who is the Supreme Person and the Lord of the sum total of matter and the element of time, who is fully cognizant, maintainer of all the universes under the three modes of material nature, and who absorbs the material manifestation after their dissolution. Translation with repetition. I surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, descended in the form of Kapila, who is independently powerful and transcendental, who is the Supreme Person and the Lord of the sum total of matter and the element of time, who is fully cognizant, maintainer of all the universes under the three modes of material nature, and who absorbs the material manifestations after their dissolution. Purport. The six opulences, wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation, are indicated here by Kardama Muni, who addresses Kapil Muni, his son, as Param. The word Param is used in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the phrase Param Satyam, to refer to the Saman Bonam or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param is explained further by the next word, Pradhanam, which means the chief, the origin, the source of everything, Sarva Karan Karanam, the cause of all causes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is not formless. He is Purusham, or the enjoyer, the original person. He is the time element and is all cognizant. He knows everything, past, present, and future, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. The Lord says, I know everything, present, past, and future, in every corner of the universe. The material world, which is moving under the spell of three modes of nature, is also a manifestation of his energy. Paras Saktir Vividhev Suyate. Everything that we see is an interaction of his energies. Paras Parash Brahmana Saktis Tathedam Akhilam Jagat. This is a version of Vishnu Purana. We can understand that whatever we see is an interaction of the three modes of material nature, but actually it is all an interaction of the Lord's energy. Lokapalam, he is actually the maintainer of all living entities. Nityo Nityanam, he is the chief of all living entities. He is one, but he maintains many living entities. God maintains all other living entities, but no one can maintain God. That is his Sachand Sakti. He is not dependent on others. Someone may call himself independent, but he is still dependent on someone higher. The personality of Godhead, however, is absolute. There is no one higher than or equal to him. Kapil Muni appeared as a son of Kardama Muni, but because Kapila is an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kardama Muni offered respectful obeisances unto him with full surrender. Another word in this verse is very important. Atman Bhutyanugat Prapancham. The Lord descends either as Kapila or Rama, Narsimha or Barha, and whatever forms he assumes in the material world are all manifestation of his own personal internal energy. They are never forms of the material energy. The ordinary living entities who are manifested in this material world have bodies created by the material energy. But when Krishna or any one of his expansions or parts of the expansions descends on this material world, although he appears to have a material body, his body is not material. He always has a transcendental body, but fools and rascals who are called mudhas consider him one of them, and therefore they deride him. They refuse to accept Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead because they cannot understand him. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Aujananti mam mudha. Those who are rascals and fools deride me. When God descends in a form, this does not mean that he assumes his form with the help of material energy. He manifests his spiritual form as he exists in his spiritual kingdom. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravane Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavade Pashat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vashanti Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Param Pradhanam Purusham Mahantam Kalam Kavim Tribirtam Lokapalam Atman Bhutyanugat Prapancham Swachand Saktim Kapilam Prapadde. So in this particular verse, Prabhupada is starting the purport with the Lord has 6 opulences. As Swarashya Shamagrasya Yashasha Yaswarashya Shamagrasya Birashya Yashasha Shriya Jnana Vairagish Cheva Sarnam Bhag Itinkana. So this is the definition given by Parasar Muni. And Samagrasya means Samagra. Samagra means everything. Now sometimes some may say the God is richest, but he is not a richest. Whatever riches are there is belongs to him. My rich, his rich, everyone riches is his rich. So when we say Aiswarasya Samagrash means all riches belongs to him. Now we may say Bill Gates is the richest person, but he's not like a Bill Gates, so maybe he has a riches. So every riches is his. So that's the reason Krishna says, whatever you have is offered to me. Yat karushi yad asnasi johosi das. Yat tapashasati kanteya tad kurusho mad arpanam. So not only Aishwarya, but Bira, the strength. Sometimes we may be proud of, I have a lot of strength. And our knowledge, jnana. So whatever jnana we have, that jnana belongs to Krishna. Whatever beauty we have belongs to Krishna. And whatever Aishwarya, whatever strength. So all the opulences fully belongs to Krishna. And Krishna bestowed those opulences to us for a certain purpose. If you do not use for the right purpose, it will be withdrawn. That's a law of nature. If whatever giving to you, if you do not use for the right purpose, it will be withdrawn from you. So the Krishna has given certain skills, certain thing which belongs to Krishna, is Krishna's and given to us. Like in the case of Arjuna, when Krishna Sudamo Upagate, when he went back to his Dhama, then Arjuna was defeated by ordinary cowherdmen. So Arjuna was thinking, I am the same person, same Gandiva, everything I have. But which he fought very valiantly in the Kurukshetra battlefield and killed many Maharathis. But later on, the very same Arjuna, when Krishna is not there, he got called Param Pradhanam Purusham Mahantam. So Prabhupada is writing in the translation, Krishna is independently powerful. He is also Surata. Janamadasya Yata Anvayat Itratas Chartis Abhagya Surat. So Surata means fully independent. Prabhupada is writing in the purport. Some may say I am independent, but he has to be dependent on someone else. He cannot be absolutely independent. Krishna is absolutely independent. So, but even though no one maintains Krishna, but Krishna maintains everyone. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidhati Kamat. There's only one person, Krishna, who's maintaining everyone. And that he is a Swarata, completely independent. But Krishna feels pleasure to get dependent on his pure devotees. Prabhupada gives the example, like Krishna wished to dependent on Mother Yashoda. Or even the Mother Yashoda, the pure devotee, sometimes, so Yashoda Maya, she feels, if I do not feed Krishna, Krishna will become very skinny, very thin, very lean. So that's the loving reciprocation Krishna has with his pure devotees. So, like in the case of when we know when Durvasa Muni offended Amrish Maharaj and when he went to Vaikuntha, and the Lord says, Aham Bhakta Paradino Hai Avashan Radha Govinda Ki Jai. So the Lord says, Aham Bhakta Paradino Hai Aswatantra Eviduja. So he says, I am not Swatantrata, I am Aswatantra. I am dependent on my pure devotees. So Lord feels great pleasure when some of his pure devotee takes care of him. Like similar feelings we find in Srila Prabhupada. Like Mother Yashoda, very anxious to take care of the Krishna, to protect Krishna. Krishna is protect everyone, but Mother Yashoda, she is very anxious to protect Krishna. When Krishna is playing with the monkeys, with the cows and calf, so the Mother Yashoda becomes very much concerned to protect Krishna. Similarly, Prabhupada says, this Hare Krishna movement is an incarnation of Krishna in this Kali Yuga. So we can, we are very fortunate to take shelter of Hare Krishna movement, which is Krishna descended in the form of Hare Krishna movement. And Prabhupada was very anxious to protect the movement. Prabhupada says, no one can harm this movement from outside. Only it can be harmed by inside. So, Like in the case of, when Yadu dynasty got this vanquished by fighting among themselves, because otherwise they would not have been defeated by anyone else. So Krishna, like to dependent, is beautiful description given in the Gopal Champu by Jeev Goswami. He gives the incidents where about Damodar Leela, the day of Diwali, Yashoda Maya and Krishna was alone at the home. Nand Maharaj is gone with some work, and Rohini Mata and Balaram had gone to the Upnanda's house. So that day, when the Yashoda Maya and Krishna was there on the day of Diwali, the Damodar Leela happens. We'll not go to the Damodar Leela in details. So when Krishna broke the butter pots and done all mischievous activities, and he was feeding to the monkeys and playing with the monkeys and all the things, then Yashoda Maya become very much disturbed or angry, and Yashoda Maya bound Krishna with the oak leaf, with the rope. And after binding Krishna, she goes inside and doing some household work. That time Balarama comes, and when he comes there, when sees Krishna is bound by some rope with the oak leaf, then he comes, he becomes a little angry. Who has power to bind my Krishna? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is all powerful. Who has courage to bind Krishna? He starts shouting. Then asks Krishna, who bound you? He says, come here. So Krishna called to Balarama, who bound you? Krishna says, Yashoda Maya. Oh, I know you do all mischievous activity. That is the reason Yashoda Maya bound you. You do like this only. So he changed his tone. Then same Balarama goes inside when the Yashoda Maya was working and say, Maya, do you know who is Krishna? Yashoda, tell me who is Krishna. So he says, he Krishna, he is a Param Purushottama. He is a Supreme Personality of Godhead, cause of all causes. Oh, very nice. Then who are you? So then he says, oh, I am Sankarshana, I am Ananta, I am Lakshmana. So Yashoda says, oh, so this means all incarnation has come to my house only? Come here, and I will bind you with the rope. So Balaram started running from there. So here see the Param Satya, which is being mentioned in this particular verse, that Param Satya is a Surata, completely independent. He is a cognizant of every nook and corner of complete creation. Nothing moves without his desire. He is running with the afraid of Mother Yashoda, the playing in the house of Nanda Maharaj. So that is a glorious position of his pure devotees. So Krishna becomes Krishna gives completely himself into the hand of pure devotee. So that is the love and affection, the actions of love Krishna has with his pure devotee, especially Prabhupada says Vrindavan-vasis. So that Vrindavan-vasis has so much love and affection. And Prabhupada is mentioning Krishna is cognizant of everything, and so he is present everywhere. So he is there in the heart of ours, and whatever we do, whatever we may think, all are known to Krishna. So it's said we can cheat and everyone, but we cannot cheat Krishna. So Vedaham samti titani vartamani cha arjuna bhavishyami cha bhutani mam tu veda nakashana. To know Krishna is very difficult. But it is said, if one who knows Krishna, he knows everything. Now that's the 15th chapter, 19th verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yo mam evam asammudho janati purushottama sa sarvivit bhajanti mam sarva bhavena bharata. So yo mam evam asammudho janati purushottama. So Krishna is saying, who knows me, asammudha means without doubt. What? Purushottama. Purushottama means Supreme Personality of God. What does mean? We may say we know as Krishna. What does mean when we know Krishna is Supreme Personality of God? Basically, he knows everything. That's the definition. And Swarata, he is a Abhigya, he knows everything. So when we are aware of Krishna's true position, then Sa Sarvivit. It is said Krishna knows everything, and Sarvbhavena Bharata Bhajanti Mam. We worship Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarvam Parvat Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Udabhava Samanvita. So when we know Krishna is the origin of everything, Prabhupada is writing the purport. Saman in Bonam. Prabhupada mentioned in the preface of Bhagavatam, Krishna is not Ishvara. Prabhupada, Ishvara means controller. So there will be someone is controller, but Krishna is not only the controller, he is the origin of everything. So Saman in Bonam means all the energies, everything has come from Krishna. So that's the reason is called Param Satya, Satyam Param Dhimahi. He is he is absolute in that time. Now otherwise everything is related to him. Even big demigods, they get illusioned by or bewildered by Krishna. Mohyanti yat surya. Like we say we saw in the case of Brahma Bhimwan Leela, Brahma got bewildered by his activities. Even Lord Shiva, even though he is a Vaishnava Yatha Sambhu, he get attracted by Mohini incarnation. Even Balram, forget about Brahma and Shiva, all we have read in the Krishna book, when after Brahma Bhimohan Leela, when Krishna expanded himself on the cowherd boys and the calves, even Balram did not know just before, just 1 year before, just 2-3 days before, they are Krishnas. Even Balram was unable. So that's the potency of Krishna. Even it is said, Krishna gets bewildered by his own energies. Prabhupada writes in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Krishna is walking in the Dwaraka, he sees on his reflection, on the pillar, on the floor, he sees who is this beautiful boy. And Krishna wishes to embrace them. So he is the emanation of all the beauties, whatever beauty we see. So Prabhupada says, if you want to get attracted, then get attracted by Krishna. But even Krishna's beautiful deities, let's say Radha, Govind, so beautiful they are. Even then, how the original Krishna must be. He says when Krishna walks in Golokdham, their ears stop blowing. Yamuna starts stop flowing and seeing what a beautiful form of Krishna. So that's the beauty of Krishna, as unparalleled beauty. If we get attracted by beauty of Krishna, then we forget what all false, rubbish beauty of this material world. So even the gopis, they criticize to the Creator. They are criticizing the Brahma, what this foolish person, he do not know how to create. They are given me only 2 eyes. He himself got 4 eyes. How many? 8 eyes. But he gives me only 2 eyes. And that too, they are giving the eyelids. Blinking of the eyes. We are not able to see Krishna. We are not to. They become obstruct to the seeing the beautiful form of Krishna. So, So that's a Krishna's unparalleled beauty and and all the opulences, and the Vrindavan-vasis, which they have love for Krishna, they're unparalleled, and uh, even even the Uddhava is in Mathura, and when Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Dwarka by Akrura, and when the Vrindavan-vasis, they were all big trauma for them. They were all suffering with the separation of Krishna. Their only work to just cry for Krishna. So later on, Uddhava was sent by Krishna to pacify the Vrindavan-vasis and especially the gopis. Then we know when Uddhava comes and he saw the gopis, he saw the Radharani, the Bhavar-gita and other thing. Then because Uddhava was a little proud of his attachment and his love for Krishna, but when he saw the madness of the Vrindavan-vasis, the attachment there towards Krishna, then he himself become little this thing. Then he wanted to take the dust of the gopis, but because being the sent by Krishna and cousin of Krishna, embracing for the gopis, for that's the reason. Then he desired to become a small creeper into the land of Vrindavana, so that the gopis walks there, the dust of lotus feet will fall in the feet. So that's the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the worship by the gopis is the topmost worship. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajis Tanyas Taddham Vrindavana. What is the next line? What is the next line? Kanya Kachit Upashna Brajabadhus Vargenaya Kalapita. So the gopis' worship is unparalleled, their love is unparalleled. They don't desire anything for their pleasure, they just want to give pleasure to Krishna. So the pure devotees, they are not concerned about anything his own pleasure, they want to just please Krishna, whatever they have. So, so in this particular part, Prabhupada is writing, the Supreme Lord, who is a sum total of matter and the element, time element. So the Kalosmi Krishna says, so Krishna controls this whole material world through the Kala, and Kala will drive the whole thing is an impersonal form of Krishna, Prabhupada says. So if we do not surrender to Krishna, then we have to surrender to different form of Krishna in the form of Kala. So here we see beautiful Kardama Muni. He surrendered to Krishna with lot of glorification, and because there's a continuous verses of glorification by Kardama Muni for his own son, who is a Kapila Muni, who is appeared in his house because he had a desire and he done lot of austerities. So with this I'll stop. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Go Prem Nandi Hare.